Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade, and I'm here today to participate in the Open Collab Mobile Crafts with Susan Hiles and Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. All of their information will be linked below. I'm really bad about doing the description the day that I publish the videos, but I do go back to it and finish it, so if you don't see it there today, I promise it will show up. I'm getting better, you know, still figuring all of this out and how to get it all done in what order and all that. But anyways, so today's prompt was about book pages and crafts that you can take with you and go do in front of the TV or on vacation or stuff like that. So I have a ton of different things that I do with book pages. I fold them in a bunch of different ways. This is a little seed packet. I've done these as a Mass Make Monday. I think I've done most of these as a Mass Make Monday, or will be doing them. So if you want to see the how to make these, you can go check out that playlist. But these are super simple. These literally all these are is you just fold the page over, glue it down, and then I sewed across the bottom to just add a little bit of pretty. And you have a little pocket, you know, and you can tear off the white space if you don't want it there. But that's all those are. So, like, none of these really take a lot of effort. This is just a little tiny bit, a little tiny pocket I made out of some scraps, you know. This is just a folded piece. Just folded it up, inked it. You know, this is all basically it's just different folding it in different ways, seeing what works, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, you know. Here's a little envelope. So I just like to take book pages and sit in front of the TV. I really don't travel a lot anymore. We used to go back and forth to California, but I wasn't doing paper crafting then. And so there's just another envelope. There's this stack of envelopes. I made these over the course of a couple of days, folding the different pieces and then inking the different pieces and then sewing it together. I don't think there's any glue on these at all. I think I just sewed them together. But that's that set. So I highly recommend just taking book pages with you and just letting your hands play, you know, letting them see. Fold the paper in different ways. These are out of a book that I wanted to salvage the images out of, and so I just folded it in a bunch of different ways. See, that's not a pocket. So, but this one I crinkled up. The others I left flat. But, you know, just folding it in whatever way I needed to in order to salvage the really beautiful illustrations in this book. And then I just added a running stitch on some of it with the sewing machine. I don't sew in front of my TV a lot. I'm in the middle of rearranging things, and so when I'm done, I will have a permanent spot for my sewing machine, which is not something I've had before. And I do chain piece these, and all that means is that I will sit there and I'll have a stack like this in front of me. Here's my sewing machine, and I will just thread one through, not release it, not cut the thread, and then I'll just thread the next one through, and they'll be linked by a little piece of thread right here. And then I'll cut it after I get half a dozen or so. I'll stop and cut it, because right now I sew on a little table at the end of my bed, actually, and the cats can get to it, so I don't have a lot of space. I have to keep it kind of small. So that's part of why I'm doing the rearrange, so I have a little bit more cat-free zone, crafting zone. So these are just a master board that I just took some pinking shears and I just cut some triangles out of it. And then I just did the messy stitching around it. Oh, this one I did do a little bit of stenciling on, I think. And then these are just folded, another way to fold it, and you would, I think this journal is too small for these, but this size, but you get the idea of how you use that. Just and then you would just glue along the bottom or along the edge, and then you have a bucket. So that's, you know, it's hard to actually show my mobile crafts because I can't really record in front of my TV, or I can't really record, you know, when I do go out to, you know, different events or whatever. I always have something to keep my hands busy. A lot of times it's crochet, actually. It's not paper crafts. But the other thing that I do frequently do outside while I'm hanging out with my dogs and playing with them a little bit, but they like to go off and play by themselves, or, you know, just hang out in the yard, just get some fresh air and hang out in the yard. And as I will take a book page that has pretty images on it, and I'll fussy cut those images out. That's how I got most of my butterflies. This little basket here is usually what I take with me. Right now it has some clusters in it. Oh, these are my altered paper clips. But yeah, I have a little pair of little tiny scissors. I have these little tiny scissors that just fit in there really nicely. And then what I did, what I had to fussy cut last time was pages like this out of it was a butterfly field guide. This is weather, so it has clouds on it, but you could still fussy cut these out even if you're just going to cut them here or whatever, you know. And see, it just fits like that in my little basket here. And then I will take this outside and fussy cut those images, and then all those little bits that you get when you fussy cut stuff out, all those little bits just go away, you know, because my dog yard is not the nice area of the lawn, and so those little bits of paper are not going to bother anything, you know, in the dog yard. The dogs aren't going to be bothered by those scraps of paper. I let my dogs chew on paper. I make sure that to teach them when they're young not to swallow it. But all of my dogs are really good about just tearing it up and, you know, just shredding it and spitting it back out. So, and most of the time when I'm fussy cutting, it's just little tiny pieces. They don't even care. They don't even pay any attention to it. So that's my mobile crafts that I do, and with book pages. And just thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you, Sherry and Susan. I'm sorry, I went blank for half a second there. Thank you so much.